Hey there. Good morning. I got about, they hold your mind's energy captive here. Reinforce the MK Ultra stuff, right? So I walked up to a young gentleman this morning, actually about 5 minutes ago, and I said, "You know what a programmer is, right? Program matter. I'm a deprogrammer and a programmer. Okay, and that's what using, the creation side, the creativity side, the imagination side. How much of the universe you want to create that you can thus experience and share with others. Right? Well, how much light do you got? It's infinite. Really? Yeah, of course. Which basically means how much do you love who you are? You got no idea. Okay? Which is one of the reasons why when I jumped on Facebook, when I was prompted, hey, it's time to go. Wow. That's why I met Patty Broussard at the exact moment that I was supposed to meet her, because I wrote my own timeline. Bang. Okay, there you are. Hey, thank you so much, Patty. We love you. So naturally, all my flowers go to that girl. Okay? I'm spinning flowers around her right now. Okay? Spinning flowers around the galaxy. Spinning flowers around Gaia. Okay? I'm dancing with her. Manifest that. That is an experience. How experienced are you, right? So there's a couple of things I wanted to cover that I thought were creative, which is why when you're a child and you're a peacemaker, you got to keep your, It's Karen Ann McDonald, my clan mother, who's a medicine woman, okay? That's why I said she's just got a wealth of knowledge to help you get your energy up. She'll even retune you. Okay, so one of the things that we sort of know how to do is retune ourselves. Stereo tuners, stereo sound tuners, right? Harmonics, musical universe, musical scales, right? We got to keep our universe in harmony. So we have to know how to do that, right? That's what you learn down here through the Indians. Okay, that allows you to be wherever you want to be in living spirit whenever you want, actually. So one of the things that I wrote down here was called Sophia, wisdom, learning wisdom through a girl's heart. It's why I started a Facebook page. Did you know that? Crank out as many red hearts. Why was I doing that? One of the things that I did, I thought to myself, okay, if I'm going to crank the light up on this planet, how am I going to do that? Well, if you learned anything through Sophia, okay, then it means that you learned something about the importance and the value of a girl's heart. Because that's what I got. I lived through a girl's heart. Okay, because one of the things that I get off on really lights my battery, because it was a girl that showed me this. Naturally, it was her, my first teacher, Sophia. So I thought to myself, because she loved to learn. Okay, so I love to learn. It's like, do not waste my time if I'm not learning the best stuff, the stuff that has the greatest value. The greatest value to do what? Experience all of the universe, and she will teach you how to do that. Okay? It's actually quite simple. All my videos teach you how to do that. So this is what I call after hours in the classroom, because she already rang the bell. 2013 was graduation time to ascend to higher frequency, density, consciousness, heavenly realms. But work had to be done, and it was done because of what the dark did down here to block that. Which means you were in a mouse trap, which is called a mind trap, which is called MK Ultra. Okay? So what I do is I help girls specifically. I don't normally work with males because they don't. How many males do you know that have ever used their right side, female side, to create anything? Girls recreate themselves every day. That's the first clue. Wow, what are you going to be tomorrow? Whatever I want to be. You learn through that as a child. That's why I grabbed a girl when I was 6 years old. Let's go create a universe together. Right? So it's an insult to a boy, okay, when you're trying to tell me that I don't have many options in what I'm going to experience. So I thought to myself, crank out as many red hearts with girls as you possibly can to raise the light. So what do you think I did on Facebook? I started friending girls, reading their energy, their profile. Yeah, you got a heart going? If you don't, I'll power it up. So I just started friending girls all over the planet. I got a great girlfriend. Her name is Agnes. Guess where she lives? The Netherlands. We talk to each other every day. Girls in France, girls in Europe, girls in Japan, girls in China. So what do you think that's going to do when you get a girl's heart lit up? Wow, she restores her heart and realizes and remembers who she is. Why is that important? Because you better be running a lot of light right now, or you're going to get your battery drained. Because they know how to program you into a fear-based frequency. And what do you think that does? They use that energy against you. So you got to be more powerful than that. That's a light warrior. That's what Patty is. She's known as the Hammer. Okay? The Hammer. You'd be surprised what she knows how to do, what she can manifest. Planets. That's a lot of light. That's a big neuron. So how big are your neurons? So you know when you pop out of your mother's womb, you realize you're in a spiritual war because the music is distorted. Musical spheres, sphere of light, circle of light, your Merkaba. They didn't want you to learn any of this stuff. You know why? Because they killed off all the clan mothers when they got here. Okay? Which are the wisdom keepers. Sophia, the wisdom keeper, the grand creator. Okay? And then what did they do? Proceeded to kill us all off. So what do you think happened in 408 AD? They don't tell you this in their history books. Okay? The tribes got together, the teachers, the healers, and the peacekeepers down there, and said, you know what? You're not going to fuck our classroom up. We're done with you. So what do you think happened? The Roman Empire was given a choice. You want to be turned into pillars of salt, or you want to put your arms down? They put their arms down. Now, unfortunately, the white tribes of Europe in the 15th century sold the title back to the crown, which is the Rothschild family, and the Vatican, which is the Pope, the Jesuits, and all them guys. The Freemasons said, hey, you guys can go back into business again. So they set up another storefront. What did they do? Well, just look at everything the CIA did. Why do you think they murdered John F. Kennedy? Oh, well, some guy with a lone gunman. Jesus. They just never learned how energy works, how light works, because they were in the business of fucking our classrooms up, killing off all the Indians that are the teachers, the Indians, and the peacekeepers and healers here. So it's like, when we measure somebody's speed of learning, what essentially it is how much are you aware of? How fast can you put a puzzle together? It depends on how much light you're running. Are you running out a lot of juice, which is a lot of electrons? Take a look at how the planet, how does it operate? It's got two poles, right? Magnetic fields, electrical fields, magnetic light. Go look at an amplifier that an electric guitar uses. Simple stuff. It's like you can look all around you and you can learn from everything that you're looking at. Put it together. No, they've been programmed. How did that happen? Trauma. It actually begins in the womb when the female has suffered trauma herself, and it goes all the way back down through the previous generations. Okay, so naturally with a boy, they fuck with a penis, and what do you think that does to that little newborn? Trauma. Okay, so then you get into an obey your master program by being forced to go to their schools, or they come and pick you up and said, you're going to put this shit into your head, we're going to put you in a juvenile hall. That's obvious you are under capture by a predator. So you better learn to get your light up, you're going to fight back, or you're gone. They'll just rip your soul out and use it as food. So you better learn how to get your light up if you're going to wage one of these wars, and the best way to do that is with your heart. So I knew as a child, live through your heart. You're on a spiritual battlefield against the most darkest shit you can imagine. So all you got to do is find out, what do they do to our children? They kidnap over 1 million every year. You know what they do to them? I'm not even going to talk about it. I figure most people by now have got it figured out. If they don't, it's too late, because it's actually already over. This victory already happened. So I thought to myself, I wrote a couple of notes down to a friend of mine that I met in this mission, okay? And I thought to myself, you know, when you're in this building, you get a lot of what we call constant mind interruptions. It's very dense in here. Okay, you can walk out of this building and all of a sudden it's like, wow, I'm in a bigger universe. Yeah. That's MK Ultra. They run an MK Ultra program in here. Okay? CIA mind control. And it gets reinforced in here. So you know they're never going to ascend in here, are they? No. It's nothing more than a distraction. Constant distractions. Constant distractions. If you don't think so, I wrote this down to my friend. Try and think thoughts or feelings and put a stopwatch on how long you have time to think about anything of your own without being distracted. That's a clue. It's actually a measurement of your intelligence. Okay? Because the universe is intelligent. So if you're not learning in our classrooms how to be more intelligent and creative, how do you expect to go on? You won't. You end up in the recycle bin. It means you didn't graduate. Bye. So you can imagine how we feel about it when we get predators that come into one of our classrooms. Eradication. So one of the things that I mentioned with this guy, oh yeah, before I realized I'm going to run out of time here, this was passed out to me. I want to take a picture of it. This is the gospel mission that puts this shit out, okay? See, the guy that runs this joint, he realizes that, hey man, there's a lot of changes going on. Your world's going to change. So now he's giving the people that are in here options. These are your options of the reality that you have to think about, okay, in which these are your options. Wait a second. I'm a creator of my own universe. I program matter. I manifest my own reality, and you're trying to tell me that these are my choices? Who the fuck are you? Another mind control. See how it works? So it's always about trying to capture, okay, your mind, and them telling you that these are your options. Well, wait a second. I'm not your slave. My mind is not slavery. You live your life, okay? You can live in whatever reality you want. That's your free will, because we live in a free will universe, don't we? So don't be telling me what my options are. Do not insult my intelligence. For as smart as you are, and the schools you've been to, and the things you've done, how come you didn't even understand the most basic, fundamental thing of how love works and how light works? Love doesn't try and control anything, let alone what I'm going to experience by you telling me that I got this option right here. Which is, which reality does America face? So you know what my answer is to that?